Hey! Yo, everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review. And today we're going to be doing my comic load for the week. Now, this is going to be kind of a quick video in comparison to my normal comic load videos because I've just been busy this week, especially this weekend with my niece's first birthday, looking at apartments, getting wedding rings, various other different things. So I've just been so busy with stuff. And I went to IHOP for the first time. Yes, the first time. So, just been busy with a lot of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a speed round video here, go over my reviews, and then I'll save all the questions for the next video. I will say that at the end of this video, there is something I would like to ask you guys involving my subscription list. So, we'll get to that when it comes to it. Basically, I'm gonna have to trim some fat and add and subtract some stuff from my subscription list. I already started doing it, so we'll go over that when we get to it. So might as well start where we always start, with a little bit of Batman in our life, with Batman: The Dark Knight, issue number 21. Like I said, I'm going to speed run this, just go to the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. This is closing up the Mad Hatter story arc, and on a whole, this was a great issue. A 4.5 out of 5. Really has done a really good job at reinterpreting the Mad Hatter and pushing Batman to the limits. I'm curious to see what Greg Hurwitz pulls out for his next Batman villain. Maybe Mr. Freeze, maybe Black Mask, maybe Clayface. I don't know, I don't care. About any villain he's taking, he's turning into a stud. Yes, I call them a stud. Mad Hatter is a stud. But no, on a whole, 4.5 out of 5. Nothing really bad about this other than it got wrapped up a little too nice and neat. I think the Mad Hatter went down a little too quickly. But other than that, good issue. Catwoman issue number 21, continuing the gang war story. This was much better than the previous issue, the annual, which sucked major balls, but still not that much better. I feel as though the story's a little bit better, and it held my interest a little bit more, but the characters and the concepts still kind of are meh. I mean, Penguin kind of gets his hands dirty in this. Penguin never gets his hands dirty. So on a whole, 2 out of 5. I just didn't feel it, and I don't think this is the right direction for Catwoman. I think Catwoman should. Actually, I think part of this is the right direction, but the rest of it isn't. Catwoman should be a champion of the oppressed and the weak and the poor and the people that people have given up hope on, which she definitely is in this, but I think the direction for it is wrong. So, yeah. Talon, issue number 9, continuing the crossover with Birds of Prey, and a very good one at that. This is a 4 out of 5. Actually, no, a 5 out of 5. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5. Bane was great in this. I loved Bane. I loved his look. I like the art for Bane in this a lot. And I think this was a good compromise and resolve to the fight between him and Strikes. So, really good issue. And Talon just keeps getting better and better with each issue it gets. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 23, City Fall Part 2. This is really Leonardo being put under the spell of the Shredder and Kitsu. Uh, and a good analysis of, well, you know what I liked is they brought a lot of the artists back for this issue to kind of, all the different artists that have been doing TMNT. Uh, to kind of do the visions for Leonardo. If Leonardo is to go bad, and Leonardo being my favorite turtle, if he is to go bad, I think this is a plausible way of doing this. Brainwashing him and putting him under a spell. Not just that, but this tense drama with Casey Jones, April O'Neil, and Angel. Exactly what's going to go down, I'm not sure, but I am looking forward to it. 5 out of 5. Jonah Hex, All-Star Western, issue number 21. Why the hell is Jonah Hex fighting Batwing? Yes. I think we all know how he gets to the future, but the fact Jonah Hex is in the future kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. This title has been very nice because it's been so much part of the DC universe, but in its own way. It was kind of divorced from all the superhero stuff. Um, Pros on this is that it's fun to see Jonah Hex beat the shit out of Batwing or vice versa. There's one point where they go where Batwing thinks who's your name, and I forget Jonah's middle name, but he runs up and he punches Batwing and he says and what is it? And I quote, Jonah Woodson Hex, and he just like tackles and punches Batwing, which was absolutely hilarious. However, Jonah being in the future kind of rubs me the wrong way. 3 out of 5. Can't can't deny how good the writing is, but you can't deny the concept. It's just not what we need. Justice League Dark issue number 21. This is a prelude of sorts to the Trinity War and the conclusion to Dr. Destiny's story arc. This will be a 4 out of 5. I felt as though Dr. Destiny had a lot of potential as a villain, but I felt as though he was also underutilized a little bit. Putting this aside, the dialogue and the action is good. Pick it up. Excuse me. Allergies. I guess I got allergies this season. I never had allergies before, and it's killing my throat. Red Sonja, issue number 77, continuing Red Sonja's being a vampire. The story was a little bit more comprehensible in this issue than the previous one, and it's kind of cool to see Dracula in there. Bad is I just don't care about the story. In addition to that, I felt Red Sonja is way too much of a psycho bitch in this. I mean, Red Sonja has a chip off her back, but I mean, she was a little too crazy in this. So, 2.5 out of 5. Captain America, issue number 8. Oh my, I can't help but feel bad for Caps. 5 out of 5. The conclusion, the ending to this was great. It really does, all the build-up and all the tension here. This has been, I think, one of the best of the Marvel Nows. And with Marvel Now, I haven't quite felt it as much as the New 52. You can call that the fanboy in me, but I stand by that. But Captain America, in particular, has been very nicely done. So, really, really good. And this, there's someone hinting in the front. You can kind of all guess who it is, but how they make their appearance, really nicely done. 5 out of 5. Red Lanterns, issue 21, a new direction with Guy Gardner jumping in there. I like the methodology behind this. I liked how Hal Jordan asked Guy to do this, and I like the approach Guy took. I really have no complaints with this. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's a good start to a brand new day with Red Lanterns. LaFreeze, issue number 1. A lot of people say that DC doesn't have enough fun, carefree books. LaFreeze is number 1. Freeze is one of them. LaFreeze is a great issue. Kind of gives you a telling of LaFreeze's origin and who he is and where he came from, of course, from his eyes and point of view. Really enjoyable. The writing on this is superb. 5 out of 5. Yeah, Injustice, Gods Among Us, issue number 6. The Death of Nightwing. And the Death of Nightwing is handled very well in this. And I also like the mourning that Batman does in this. Bad, I felt as though everyone else was kind of underutilized. And with Catwoman's position in the game, I'm surprised the position she takes here. I will give this a 3.5 out of 5. Moving on, Teen Titans, issue number 21. This is the Teen Titans versus Trigon's sons in an epic blowout battle. And each son of Trigon has a different power and different way of displaying it. Who will come out on top and whose side will Raven be on? Read and see. This will be a 4.5 out of 5. Although the reboot hasn't been as kind with the Teen Titans continuity-wise, what I do like is what's going on here with the Trigon sons and the slow build to the actual fight with Trigon. Yeah, Trigon appeared and Titans kind of tackled with him a little, but now they're going up against his sons and his kin, and then eventually him. It's almost kind of a throwback to what Marv Wolfman and George Perez did with the Teen Titans beforehand. In the new Teen Titans in the 80s, they had a small confrontation with Trigon in the early going, but it wasn't until after the Judas Contract with the Terra Trigon story arc do they really hit home with the big epic climactic fight between Trigon. So 4.5 out of 5. Really enjoyed this issue, and I think it's a good direction that the Titans are going now. Especially with the villains that they're using. And they're handling Trigon on a whole pretty well. Angel and Faith, issue number 23. Big fight to see what would happen with the world against Whistler and his demon minions. Who is going to be the winner and who suffers in this? A lot of someone doesn't make it out of this alive. Let me just say that. On a whole, this will be a 3.5 out of 5. Enjoyable issue. I feel as though I don't know what it is about this issue that doesn't make me want to give it a higher score. Maybe because it was a little predictable on who was going to die. And I kind of want to see a little resolution with this. I felt as though the story has been going on for a bit. But it's still been a fun story, and I still feel Angel and Faith are the better of the Buffy books. Moving on, Wolverine issue number 5. Wolverine was going to be a title that I was considered dropping, but I held on to it, and I'm kind of glad I did. This issue has been arguably the best issue of the bunch. I think a good voice for Wolverine is used in this. A lot of fun action going on in here, and the art, I feel, and I know this is going against a lot of fans, is better in this issue. 4 out of 5. Wolverine, this is definitely the best of his issues thus far. Superman issue number 21. Hector Hammond and Queen Bee guest star as the villains in this. And I do like the reintroduction and new use of Queen Bee and the New 52 because there's only, I mean, Queen Bee is a tough character to tackle. I like the Young Justice use of her, making her kind of a dictator of Bialia. Queen Bee, Bialia, get it? But I do like this, that she is the leader of Hive. So very nicely done here. On the whole, this was a fun issue. 4 out of 5. Pick it up. I think this is going in the right direction, and I do like the fact that Scott Lobdell is using different kind of villains for Superman. Not necessarily Superman villains, but villains nonetheless. Hector Hammond is a villain of Green Lantern, and Queen Bee is a villain of the Justice League, and Hive is a villain of Teen Titans. So it's kind of like reintroducing old villains to the Superman mythos in a new way. Aquaman issue number 21, continuing the first King story arc. Aquaman and Mera basically are separated at this point. Not separated, but Mera gets taken back to her people, and we find out the shocking truth behind her past. In addition to that, it looks like Atlantis is planning a coup against their king. But exactly what is that coup? 5 out of 5. Aquaman is continuously being a great comic. Pick it up. No complaints here. I just want more, and more. Flash, issue number 21. Kid Flash's and Flash's first meeting. Flash doesn't know who's killing his friends, but he wants some answers, and Kid Flash is the person he goes to get it. He doesn't blame Kid Flash, but he wants to know about this young stud. I said it again, stud. Young stud, and exactly where he's getting his powers from. On the whole, this was a great issue. The only thing that I felt a little off about is, well, it fit well into the current story arc with the Reverse Flash. I felt as though a story arc on its own could have been dealt with this. This could have been a standalone issue outside of the story arc. But on the whole, 4.5 out of 5. Flash, continuously enjoying that comic. Say, comics almost fell. Superman, Batman Superman issue number 1, which is, funny enough, a Batman-based title because that is the same color that you use for the Batman comics. Every comic has a different color. For example, the Justice League titles have gold, Superman has red, the Dark has black, the Edge has kind of grayish color, so on and so forth. Batman is blue, so technically this is considered a Batman title, but I'm not going to put it with the bunch. This is the reinterpretation and the first meeting between Batman and Superman. By God, is this eye candy. Not only were the characters relatively in character, and the story seems very interesting, tying into Earth 2 in a way. Yeah, I said that. It does tie into Earth 2, and you're going to have to read how. But Jane Lee's art is just absolute eye candy. He's the one that did Ozymandias' comic, and it really is great. He's starting to get to be one of my favorite artists. Just the way he does panels and the way he does everyone, it looks beautiful. 5 out of 5. Superman Batman issue number 1. Let's see if they can find a way around Superman and Batman not knowing each other in Justice League number 1. Issue number 5 of Justice League of America. You better pick up that phone, people, because I called it. Yes, Catwoman, of course, lives, but how she lives is exactly how I thought it was going to happen. Spoiler, ready? If you don't want to know, I'm going to tell you. It's Martian Manhunter the whole time. There you go. I kind of knew it was going to be that or something else. Backup issue was fun in this. This is a nice conclusion to the first story arc of the Justice League. On the whole, though, I felt as though it kind of felt a little rushed. And in addition to that, what was I going to say? There was something else. Oh, yes. In the previous issue, they teased Batman being in this issue, like vengeance, but he didn't show up. So, but besides that, 4 out of 5, Justice League America, a really good comic. And ending it off will be Justice League issue number 21, the finale of Shazam. Very much with Justice League of America, this was a great Great comic, really great ending. The only small problem I had with it is I felt as though it was a little rushed towards the last few pages, but I really like to introduce him Captain Marvel Jr. and Mary Marvel and the whole Marvel family. Yes, they do show up, and how he took care of Black Adam was very well handled. So I really did enjoy that. Great issue, 4 out of 5. Actually, 4.5 out of 5 to be fair. Let's go through and do the picks of the week, shall we? Hmm. Picks of the week. Picks of the week. And again, I'm sorry that this is a quick video, but it's just been kind of a busy, a very busy week with me, weekend. Number 3 on my Andrewcutter picks of the week will be Justice League issue number 1. Just like I said, good ending for a good story. And I really would like to see more Shazam in the Justice League. Number 2 goes to Captain America issue number 10, is it? 8. Shocker of an ending, very well handled. I want to see more, and more. One of the reasons why Captain America is pound for pound my favorite character in Marvel. And lastly, Superman Batman issue number 1, or Batman Superman issue number 1, really was eye candy. It really was a well handled story. And I'm curious to see where things go from here. That is my Andrewcutter pick of the week. Now to kind of finish off this video, what I'm going to do is, because obviously I'm going to try to get a place, I need to cut expenses somewhere and I need to shorten down my comic load a little, and I've already started trimming some fat, but I've also been adding stuff too. So, I want your suggestions and your recommendations. I have a list here of the comics that I have on my pull list, some of which I have not reviewed yet because I'm catching up to them. Like, for example, Green Hornet or the Warlord of Mars comics, which, by the way, I got the original books and I'm going to be reading the original books. Those I have not caught up with yet, so I have not reviewed them yet, but they are going to be on there. And then comics that are going to be canceled, like Demon Knights, are still on the list, but is eventually going to get canceled. But I'm going to give you guys a comprehensive list of what I have. 2 comics, however, have already been taken off the list. Fantastic Four, I'm not going to be carrying it anymore. I love the Fantastic Four, but as a comic, it just hasn't been doing enough for me. And Anime Con Girls, I'm sorry, it was a fun ride, but gotta save money somewhere, and you gotta go. So these are the following comics I have. I would like to know your suggestions on what I should add or drop, but here's the thing, here's the rules. Number 1, I am not dropping any Batman titles. I pick up everything Batman. It is my gift, it is my curse, it is part of my religion. You pick up everything Batman. Period. Number 2 is I'm not dropping any of the major Justice League titles, such as Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, Aquaman, Justice League America, so on and so forth. I'll tell you guys what I'm very tentative on, but here's the thing. At the end of this video, I want you guys to recommend one comic for me to pick up. And whatever that comic is, I will take a tally of what people say, and I will take that bunch of comics, and I will pick one of them, and I will pick up that comic and give it a chance. Try something new. Why not? So I will do that. One thing is not going to be all new X-Men. If you recommend it, I'm not going to be picking up. Why? Because it's like a couple issues in, and it's too hard to find the issues. But if you recommend, hey Andrews, do Scott Snyder The Wake, pick it up. If enough people ask for it, hey, I'll do for it. Or if people are like, Guardians of the Galaxy is a great place to jump on, you never know, maybe I'll jump on. But at the end of this video, I want you guys to post your votes. So first, let me give you guys my comic load. Ready? The following comics are what I'm currently reading. Action Comics, All-Star Western, Angel and Faith, Animal Man, of Aquaman, Avengers, Batgirl, Batman 66, which is going to be coming out, Batman, Batman Robin, Batman Beyond Unlimited, which I'm catching up with, Batman Incorporated, Batman A Little Gotham, Batman The Dark Knight, Batman Superman, Batwing, Batwoman, Birds of Prey, The Black Bat, which I just need to read issue 2, but I'm going to be picking that up, the Dynamite series by Buccellato. Really, really interested in that. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, season 9, Captain America, Catwoman, Constantine, Deja Thors, Warlords of Mars, Deja Thors, Warlords of Mars. Demon Knights is going to be canceled, so scratch that one. Unfortunately, it's no longer going to be around. Detective Comics, Earth 2, The Flash, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Green Arrow, Green Lantern Corps, Green Lantern, New Guardians, Injustice Gods Among Us, Iron Man, Justice League Dark, Justice League of America, Vibe, Katana, LaFreeze, Miss Fury, Katana, Nightwing, Phantom Stranger, Queen Sonya, which actually got canceled, so I gotta remove that. Ravagers got canceled too, so I gotta remove that. Red Hood and the Outlaws, Red Lanterns, Red Sonya. Did I already say that? I did. Suicide Squad, Superboy, Supergirl, Superman, Unchained, Swamp Thing, Talon, Teen Titans, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thor, God of Thunder, Threshold, which is getting canceled, Pandora, Trinity Sin, Wolverine, Wonder Woman, and World's Finest. So, like I said, none of the Batman titles am I canceling. These are the current titles that I feel are on the chopping block. Let me just go through these real quick. Uh, Green Lantern Corps is currently on the chopping block, along with Green Lantern New Guardians. Those are both on the chopping block. Katana, unfortunately, as much as I like the character, is on the chopping block. Uh, Wolverine is on the chopping block, although I think I might keep it on for a while. Surprisingly, Swamp Thing is on the chopping block because it's not been as great as it was with Scott Snyder. And World's Finest is tentatively walking around the chopping block. It's not quite there yet, but Power Girl is being a scandalous girl and keep on dipping her head in and in, wanting to put her head on the chopping block. But I'm like, Power Girl, don't do that. And she's like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. So those are the comics I have. So what do you think I should keep? What do you think I should get rid of? And what comics do you think I should try? I want to diversify myself. As you can see, I'm adding a lot more Dynamite stuff. Oh, Green Hornet's going to be part of it too. So, because Dynamite is my favorite second favorite comic book company. It goes, DC's my favorite, then Dynamite, then IDW, Dark Horse, Image, and Marvel. Sorry, Marvel's a little low. And then everything else afterwards. That's not to say I like any of them or dislike any of them. That's just my order. I love Dynamite. I fall in love with Green Hornet, Warlords of Mars, as well as Red Sonja being a great comic, and then wanted to try Miss Fury and Black Bat and keep them going. So again, what comics would you like to see me jump on? Do you want to see Star Wars get jumped on? Do you want to see Guardians of the Galaxy? Do you want to see, I don't know, Ghostbusters? Name something. I'm curious. As long as it's easy for me to jump on to, uh, and I will pick out of the bunch. Okay. So I'm gonna end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now, and like I said, those questions will be answered in next week's video.